All right, so yeah, from this area, yeah, see that's red. So I'm going to be heading this way for purple. This is right where the caracal habitat is. Like I said, I'll check back a little bit later for the caracal. Heading this direction now. All right, here we go. Now you see where I'm at. Yeah, muntjac was right there, so I'm in the purple area. So the cougar was the red area. I will come back to that. Palm Cafe looks like it's open. I'm gonna get something to eat because I am hungry. I haven't had anything to eat yet. Follow this pathway here around and get into the red. I'll go back to the red wolf and then everything in the red area. All right, Palm Cafe. All right, it's the food offerings that they've got. And they got snacks. All right, just had my lunch. Going down this pathway. Now we got Red River Hog. Oh my gosh, I love Red River Hog. He's blowing bubbles. Are you blowing bubbles? Yeah? Blowing bubbles. Red River Hogs have a fantastic, nice habitat. All the water. You like blowing bubbles, don't you? Yeah. Uh-oh. These are the nicest looking hogs as far as I see it, you know. I mean, warthogs are cool looking. I mean, I love me some Pumbaa. But these are just very nice looking pigs. Or hogs. All right, continue on the pathway. Another nice boardwalk. All right, we got maned wolf. This is the tallest of the wolf breed. Very tall legs. Or long legs. Notice because their coloration, they blend in. You see the pathway that the maned wolf takes. So I'm not currently seeing the wolf. So I will check back. Like I said, I will do my best to see all the animals that I missed so far. This is the zoo's festival plaza and stage. I'm sure this is used during the holidays. From what I read online, they do have a light festival during the the holiday season at the end of the year. Alright, continuing on. Alright, so this pathway takes me right back here, right by the black howler monkeys. Alright, so to make it easier to go through the red area, I'm going to backtrack, which is not too far away, backtrack over to where I saw the cougars. That is the beginning area of the red. So that way I can follow the path. It's like a big loop that goes around. Alright, showing the map again so you know what I'm talking about. I'm right by the Palm Cafe again. So you're gonna go back over by the green and then the red. So the red area does a loop around. So I'll end up back right by the red main. That way I can take this pathway right by the festival plaza, work my way back towards the front, and then I can do a rewalk. Alright, so yeah, I'm back over by the cougars. So I'm gonna go up on the boardwalk. It's right here. And I'll possibly get a good view of the red maned wolf. Or red wolf. So I'm thinking of the maned wolf. It's red wolf. So yeah, above view of the cougar habitat. So yeah, cougars are back inside. So I'm glad I was over here when I was, because I got a fantastic view of the both of them. Alright, saving a species red wolf. Alright, Alright, red wolfie habitat. Now red wolves are usually difficult to spot because, like, if you have a dog at home, you know they sleep a lot. So I'm not currently seeing the red wolf, so it's most likely going to be inside of its culvert right there because it's nice and cool and lets them feel safe, you know, like a den in the wild would be. We've got a red-tailed hawk. Oh yeah, beautiful bird. Absolutely gorgeous. So I actually get a better view of the red-tailed hawk from the boardwalk up above. So yeah, lots more bamboo. I like how the zoo utilizes all the boardwalks throughout. Finding a balance. Yeah, she's a replica. And living with bears. At the black bear habitat. And there's the bear in its hammock. There we go. If we do have black bears in the northern portion of the state of Florida, where I'm from. We got some white-tailed deer. Deer habitat. Not currently seeing any of the deer out in the habitat, so looks like they're going to be in the back there. So I will most definitely check back. And turkey vulture shares the habitat with the white-tailed deer. So I'm not currently seeing either of the animals yet. Happen to look over, and then the other side habitat is where the turkey vulture is. Hi, how are you? You doing alright? Yeah? Doing pretty good? You do have some nice red coloring, kind of like the king vulture. These are just more scary looking, especially at night. So the deer and the vulture have access to this habitat also, because this is where I showed you the replica oil drilling apparatus that they use. Alright, Louisiana black bear. Yes, oh, there's the bear. Hi. Hi, bear. The bears have lots of water to go in. Cool hammock, because that's where the one bear is. Yes, sir. So we definitely got the bear necessities here. Alright, so the boardwalk gives the white-tailed deer some nice covering. See, there's the deer. There we go. So it is out in its habitat, just underneath the boardwalk. Very cute animals. Showing the map again. So I'm in the red area right where it says white-tailed deer. Right by the black bear. I'm in a dog trot house. Got bald eagle. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful bird. Whenever you see a bald eagle in a zoo, they're there because they are injured and are unable to live out in the wilderness for various reasons. A lot of times I'll see them with a missing wing. So something is preventing this bird from being able to live out in the wild. So they are at zoos across the country is an ambassador species. This is the national bird of the United States. It's very important to our country and our culture. So they are beautiful birds. Let's say no. Yes, you are. You're beautiful. It's like, nope, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. Very nice bird. Looks like we got some habitats in this area. Ooh, this is nice. We got a Gulf Coast water dog. That explains why this is called the Water Dog Building. That it was kind of strange. Oh, and there he is right in the back. Right there you can see the spots. Yeah. I wonder if this water dog is called Spot. That'd be a perfect name for a water dog. I like the habitat. It's a nice tank. And this is a second water dog habitat. However, I'm not seeing the water dog in this one. So it might be right on the other side of this, just out of view. Now we got lesser siren. It's also very nice habitat. Oh, there we go. Yes, sirens are so cool looking. Slightly resemble oxalotls, you know, kind of what their looks are. Cool looking. And we got turtle toddlers. Oh, little baby turtle. Oh my gosh, how cute. Turtle toddlers. That's apparently what they have in this tank. Even though I only saw the one little green one. Other toddlers are down for a nap apparently. Alright, now we got a greater siren. There we go. Looking. Let's see. I think that might be the head poking out. Kind of blended in. Alright, from the dog water building off the boardwalk, you got this zigzaggy path because it changes elevation slightly. Got to make it accommodating for people with strollers and wheelchairs especially. So it's a nice gradual slope. Here is the bridge for the train I was on earlier. This is a cool area. Alright, we got alligator gar. Got some turtles. We got alligator snapping turtle. Ooh, look at that. My gosh. Got the other one. There's two more over here. At the back end of that one. Yeah, look at that mouth. Take your fingers off. So alligator gar is somewhere in this water. I guess I do see the turtles. So I'll check on my rewalk. Try to show them to you. Alright, we got venomous snakes of Louisiana. Then we have lookalikes from the venomous snake. The snakes that look like the venomous version but are non-venomous. Copperhead corn snake, prairie king snake. We got cottonmouth. That's the real deal right here. Got eastern diamondback rattlesnake. Got these beautiful snakes in Florida also. Got copperhead. Oh, this snake recently shed. So I do see some snaky skin. So snake is right underneath that. You can barely see him. Got a Texas rat snake. Look at that, man. It's a nice sized snake. Got a canebrake rattlesnake. These are gorgeous snakes. Very, very nice coloration and pattern. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Oh, we got bobcat. There is Bob's habitat. So you can climb up top here too. Right up on top here. We're not currently seeing the bobcat though. The bobcat has access to go in its nighttime habitat. So hopefully when I come back, I'll get to see him. But there's another pathway up above that I will get to. Possibly see him. Looks like a big old alligator. Back into the alligator. It's the viewing windows right by the bobcat habitat. Alright, we've got diamondback terrapin. This is very nice habitat. And there is one of the terrapin. Not sure if there's more than this guy in here. Just relaxing. These trees are Louisiana's #1 crop. Yeah, this would be an old sawmill. I'm not sure if this is replica or if this once was a real working sawmill. If you ever watched shows like Little House on the Prairie or Gunsmoke, they had, on both those shows, sawmills. Alright, going back up on a boardwalk. I do like the design of this area. Yeah, North American river otter. They're super fun animals to watch when they're in the water. They'll ham it up for you. The otters! Oh my gosh, the otters. Oh, I absolutely love otters. They are so adorable. Plus they make great popsicles. I don't know if you ever had otter pops. Had those when I was a kid. I'm not even sure if they're even around anymore. But yeah, lots of water here from the be in. Got the water and then the dry area. Got the boat. But yeah, you might think these animals spend all the time in the water. That is not true. They'll come out of the water and sleep. And they can't sleep while they're in the water. They're so cute. Again, the look of this area is fantastic. Got waterfowl of Louisiana. Apologize for the reflection. It's just neat. Replica of an old cabin. Yeah, people used to live like this. Well, we've got an American alligator. See this big juicy specimen down below. Right there at that window. Yes, sir. Louisiana knows alligators also. They got all the bayous and the swamps, and that's where these critters live. Very nice alligator. See, alligators also like to lay on land. They're not always in the water. And usually when you see a head sticking out of the water, such as this one right here, they usually have either their hind legs or even their tail on the bottom. That's what holds them up. So I'm always telling people in the state of Florida, any body of fresh water, being a lake, a pond, a canal, a stream, even some stormwater canals, expect there to be an alligator. If you come there on vacation or holiday, don't just jump into water without realizing or checking to see what's in there. And probably same rules will apply to certain parts of Louisiana because they're also going to have alligators. Oh my goodness, it's the upper portion of the bobcat habitat. You get to see how high up he gets to go. And there's the bobcat down below. There is Bob. Because now what you were saying, wait, what about Bob? Well, there you go. Here's Bob for you. Yeah, you got those cute little stubby tails. A little bit larger than a house cat. Very cute animals. And ponds are vital systems for supporting life. Absolutely. So this is the habitat that the gar is supposed to be in. Well, not supposed to be in. But being their fish, they could be, you know, anywhere in here. So still not seeing them. Could be below all the vegetation in here. Could be underneath the deck. So that was the pathway that I took, so going down this way now. Get lots of bamboo. And we got wading birds. Got night herons. Great egrets. I see egrets around my area quite frequently. Got glossy ibis. Like I said earlier, we usually see white ibis. Snowy egrets. Got a black crowned night heron. Some more quacky quacks in here. This is very nice habitat. So being birds fly, there's no guarantee you're going to see those birds here. Alright, we got American white pelican, common ibises of Louisiana. You got white-faced ibis, you got white ibis, and glossy ibis. Also, this habitat, you got roseate spoonbill. American white pelican. I'll occasionally see white pelicans, but usually it's the gray pelicans that I see around Florida. See some of the ibises in there. And the spoonbill, you know, the roseate spoonbill. There's a white ibis that I frequently see in my area where I live. Yes, the other ibis are up above. That one looks like a scarlet ibis. Then we got a couple juvenile alligators across from all of the birds. Nice pond. Got a heat lamp for them. I got a Florida sandhill crane. These are beautiful birds. I see these type of birds occasionally, but not as common as the egrets. I even see wood storks. And of course the white ibis. It's the other side of that one habitat. We've got the turtles. I was just on the other side a few minutes ago. Louisiana's wetlands. So I was mentioning about alligators. Prime area that you would actually see an alligator in. Yeah, raccoon. I occasionally see raccoons also. See these critters. Back when I used to have outdoor kitty cats, and we would feed the cats on the front porch, occasionally find raccoons out there. But that's on a rare occasion. I usually see another scavenger type critter like this, but the opossum. Had a juvenile opossum used to come to my yard, or come to the front porch, and literally eat right next door to the cats. You know, cats be there eating out of the food bowl, and the opossum would eat out of the food bowl also. Like they were friends. Alright, we got the river estuary, where the river meets the sea. Alright, so this is all of the fish they've got in here. This one's really nice. Looks like we got some catfish. No, that might be a gar. Now, I didn't have any luck seeing the alligator gar, but looks like they've got some spotted gar right here. Those are pretty neat. I'm not seeing anything else that's really in here. Looking around, not seeing stuff up above like I thought would be in here. So from the looks of it, it's just these couple fish that are in here. Still nice though. Still nice. And what is an estuary? All the critters.
I gotta show you something. I got it like an MVP. Hey, come here, please.
Common fishes of Louisiana. And common mammals of Louisiana. And common reptiles. And migratory and resident birds. Got alien invasion. Yeah, just like the Gulf of Mexico with the lionfish. It's all invasive species. You get this really nice looking tank. Chocolate chip sea star. That's a real coral. It's a nice fish. Ooh, that is nice. A nice fish up there. Hanging out in the anemone. Well, that's a great spot for some fish to hang out in. You can see all the handprints from the kids that have been through. So it's possible there's some other critters up above. This habitat here is currently unoccupied. There's a sign that's right there. Man, that squirrel's been busy. I've seen them all over the place in this area. Not around the zoo. And I want you to think I thought it was the same squirrel everywhere. Alright, this pathway is blocked off. Not sure the reason why. Alright, so the red area is the Louisiana Habitat. Alright, going back this way. So I evidently went the opposite way. That's okay. Yeah, here we go. Right back to here. Oh, this is fantastic. Robert Leslie Witt. He's a zoo director from 1974 to 2008. Alright, so showing the map again. I just got finished with the red area. So now I'm going to be going this way across the stage and back up towards the front so I can do a rewalk. Hopefully catch the animals that I didn't get to see throughout my walkthrough. So as I make my way back up towards the front, this concludes my initial walkthrough of this fantastic zoo. So much to see. I love the ambiance, the naturalistic habitats, their generous use of bamboo all throughout and the boardwalks. It's very, very nice. You do have to backtrack slightly, not over exaggerating, having to rewalk or backtrack just to see everything because it's just the way the pathways go. But if you follow the maps and the arrows, you won't miss anything. Right by the train station, came back to the Cotton Top Tamarin. Because they're both just moving all over the place. Back by the squirrel monkey. That's the sound of the train going by. Back up by the gift shop. This is literally the entry area. This is where I started. Alright, going back through the land of the Jaguar again. Oh yes. I always love the cute honks that the swans make. Got staff on here feeding the squirrel monkeys. The two high-pitched macaws are in there being very chatty. Okay. Like they're yelling at each other. Another view of the cute little common marmoset. Very fast. You are extremely fast, aren't you? Like, yep, I got the speed. Oh, the pretty flamingo. I love that this zoo has both my favorite types of birdies. That's pretty nice. Came back to the black-necked swan, hoping to see the Amazon river turtle. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, here we go. There we go. That was one of the first critters I didn't see this morning. A closer view of the crested screamers. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Oh my goodness, that is cool. Alright, I came back to the parrot habitat. Evidently it's become the duck habitat. Because the one Amazon parrot that I saw earlier is not even out now. So the only one that I saw this morning was the green-cheeked Amazon. So yellow-headed Amazon, the blue-fronted Amazon, and yellow-colored macaw, I don't see. Came back over by the jaguars, and they're both out in the same habitat now. It just came outside. The other one is right there. So they have access to go to both habitats. You see the other habitats over there. These kitty cats have access to both sides, which is nice. Beautiful cats. Alright, other critter I missed this morning is a giant anteater. Oh, there we go. He's made an appearance. Here we go. Oh boy, there we go. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Hope to get along good with the Jaguar next door. To chat with each other.
I'm sorry, boss man.
Oh no, you're good. Chinese alligators still relatively same spot. They just turned around. So Brazilian tapir and capybara I saw really good earlier. They're probably in the back because these guys are doing some maintenance work. Right back over by the black howler monkey. Just chilling out, man. Another view of the king vulture. Alright, so I came back to Indian condor. Still not seeing the condor out. Just saw our sticker beak out. Right there in the opening. So this is right near the front. I'll check back here one more time before I leave. You can see her beak right there. Oh, it's so close. Alright, I came back to the redneck wallaby and emu habitat. I just see the one emu over here now. However, I am still not seeing any of the wallaby. Here's a second emu. Saw both of them this morning when I came through the first time. Alright, not seeing the wallaby. Guessing that's where the emus go at nighttime. But both have access to this entire habitat here. Every area right next door. Alright, sad to say this is officially a no-go. But they are so cute. And right by the wallaby is the snake-necked turtle habitat. First time coming through is right inside there. So still not seeing him, so I'm going to call this a no-go, unfortunately. He's not under here, so he's still going to be inside there. And there's no way to show him to you. And say hi to the kookaburra one more time. Oh, you're such a pretty bird. Ooh, trying to catch some bugs? You trying to catch some bugs? Yeah. There we go. Trying to get you a good view. Such cool birds. Yeah, you are. I'd say you're not. Yes, you are. Alright, another animal I did not see is a double-wadded cassowary. And unfortunately, I still do not see the bird. It might have been out earlier when I wasn't in this area. It is kind of hot, so I totally understand the animals wanting to be in the back. So I'm really sad to say this is a no-go. Because not a bunch of zoos that I've been to have these types of birds. Now, a crocodile is closer now. Very nice. And my home state of Florida is the only state in the United States that actually has both crocodiles and alligators. Down the Key West area, we got saltwater crocodiles and common North American alligators. Alright, I also came back to the crested porcupine habitat. Looks like the porcupine is still in the back. So unfortunately this is also a no-go. Came back to African lion. Lino went right behind the rock. Alright, I came back around to the backside, hoping to get a better view. Looks like he walked back that way again. At least I got a nice view of him. The lioness, haven't seen at all today. Came back to lowland and Noah. They're really close, getting a drink of water. Super cute animal. So correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure if I've ever seen a miniature water buffalo before. Now there's this big wide open space here. I'm assuming this used to be an animal habitat, but I'm not seeing anything in here and no signage. So for whatever used to be in here is no longer here. And I showed you a bit of this building here. That's very, very old. I'm guessing this used to be animal habitats at one point in the zoo's history. Alright, so I just came back to the caracal habitat, hoping it was going to be out. Still not seeing the caracal. And I mentioned to you earlier that I can't make any guarantees the animals are going to be outside because it's their choice whether or not they want to be outside or stay indoors. So I'm really sorry, but caracal is also a no-go. A lot better view of the black-crowned crane. This lovely bird is still in the same spot. Back by the pheasant and the squirrel habitat. That's such a pretty bird. Came back by the cougar. Back at the red wolf habitat. Still not seeing the red wolf. So my first time coming through, I was on the upper boardwalk, so I didn't really see this portion of the habitat. That's why I came down the lower portion first. So most zoos that I've been to that have red wolves, I don't always have a very good track record of getting to see them. But when I do, it's fantastic because they're such beautiful animals. This is what they look like. So sadly, these are going to be a no-go. Our last up is Louisiana Habitat. Back over by the juvenile alligators. You get this one up a little closer. Other one's still a little further back, but they both were. Great view of the American white pelican. These birds are featured on the Louisiana state flag, but strangely enough, they are not the state bird. Try to figure that out. Another ibis. Back at the cool pond, the ducks and the turtles enjoying themselves. Alright, back over by the alligator gar pond. Still trying to see a couple nice turtles in here. I was hoping when the sun, kind of changed, the sun wasn't just shining directly on the water and making it harder to find anything in here. There's plenty of turtles. And right from the cute juvenile alligators to this big monster. Oh boy, one of the otters is in the water playing. I don't know if the others are in there right now. Two of them right there. Oh, all three are in the water. All right. Love seeing them swim around, play, have fun. How you doing, Otter? Hi. You enjoying the water? Bet it feels nice. Yeah, one otter came up out of the water. Gonna go down the slide? That'd be pretty cool to see. Show my viewers how cute you can be. Now, what I just said, that do something cute for me, that was a joke. Because the animals are not here to perform and do tricks for you. So just remember that. If you come to a zoo and the animal's sleeping, for God's sakes, don't bang on their glass, yell for them, hey, wake up, because you're in their home. You're here visiting their home. They're not here, like I said, to perform tricks for you. Come here, enjoy the animals, and don't annoy them or be a jackass, basically. Right, came back to the bobcat. I zoomed in a little bit through the mesh and went back to where it was. Alright, lower portion of the alligator gar pond. It says still not seeing alligator gar. Damn, man, look at the size of this turtle right here. Wow. Alright, I've looked and looked and looked, so alligator gar is a no-go. But I got to show you the spotted gar. Just can't help it with fish. So many places the alligator gar could be. Not like they gotta be up, you know, breathing oxygen. Alright, so the deer is still in the same spot as it was before. Underneath the boardwalk. Staying in the shade. Back by the black bears. Yep, get to come in here. Doorway is open. Not sure if it's the same bear or not, but one of them kept coming through there, coming out the door, walking in here, and then turn around and walk back in. Oh, there we go. There's the other bear. Hi, Barry. Hi, bear. How are you doing? Yeah. So even though the sign states Louisiana black bear, there is no difference between a Louisiana black bear and a Florida black bear. They're the same thing. The northern portion of Florida has the exact same types of bears. Black bears can actually have brown fur also. There we go, there's the other one, yay! Thank you for coming out, I appreciate it. And he's gone. So white-tailed deer we saw twice underneath. Just in case you've never seen a white-tailed deer before, this is what they look like. That looks like it's a male because it's got the big antlers. Another nice look of the red-tailed hawk. First time came through, the light was reflecting off of the glass. Ooh, there we go. Oh, such a pretty bird. Alright, above view of the red wolf habitat. This was my last attempt to see them. Like I said, going to be inside the culvert right there. Not that I haven't tried. Pass by the privet squirrels. They're up nice and close now. Look at that, there's another squirrel right there. So I'm being really quiet. Looks like they got 4 of them in this habitat. And the other 2 are over on the other side. Oh wait, no, 3. Yeah, there's 3 more, so they got 5 altogether. Yeah. Oh my god, they're so cute. Alright, finally I have come back to the maned wolf habitat. Had no luck with the red wolf. So I was really hoping to see the maned wolf. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing the maned wolf either. Like I said, they do have access to go in the back. On a hot day like this, where would you rather be? But this is what they look like. And I'm sorry to say these are also a no-go. Color monkey again. Alright, last up, I am back at the Andean condor again. It's like the condor does not want to come outside. Why is this on the beak? So this is also a no-go. In case you didn't realize, the Andean condors are essentially giant vultures. So showing the king vulture again, just imagine this bird 3 times the size. And not as colorful. That's basically what a, Andean condor is. Alright, so I've done my best to try and show you all the animals. But being it is a hot day, a lot of the animals chose to stay in their evening habitats. It's always up to the animal, unless their evening habitat is being cleaned. The animals are never forced to go outside. It's totally up to them. They make up their own minds whether or not they want to stay in their evening habitat all day, where it's usually cooler, climate controlled, or if they want to venture out into their habitat. I've gone back multiple times. The Andean condor, I've been up here 3 times, or 4 times actually, was the final time. Still no luck. But this is a fantastic zoo. I never get too disappointed if I don't see an animal because of the reasons that I gave you. So right before I leave, I'm going to show you the rest of the gift shop where I got my hat. As you would expect, the zoo gift shop has a lot of stuff geared towards the kids, because that's going to be one of their biggest draws to the zoo. Kids are going to come with parents, grandparents, school groups, church groups, and coming up soon, summer camps. So they're going to have a little cheaper stuff. Kids bring their spending money and they can buy, little things. And then of course there's going to be lots and lots of plush. All sorts of different plush. And they got backpacks and shirts. They do have adult size shirts as well. This is where I got my hat. More plush. And activity books. Some small toys. Puzzles. Things on keychains. Alright everybody, that's going to wrap up my visit to the Alexandria Zoo in Alexandria, Louisiana. Had a fantastic time. So much cool stuff. Like I said, the zoo utilizes bamboo like no other zoo I've been to. It's really, really cool. Pathways are really, really nicely laid out. Like I said, you do have to backtrack slightly just to see everything. If you do come here, and you come on a hot day, don't be surprised if you don't see all the animals. Either come early or go back multiple times into the habitat. Even some of the animals that are used to hot weather get spoiled at the zoo, and sometimes they'll stay inside. Not always. There's been some time in past road trips where even on a hot day I got to see all the animals. Same thing happens in cold weather. If you go to a zoo in cold weather, not all the animals are going to be outside. So leave some comments down below what your favorite zoo animal was that I got to see today. Or if you like one of the ones that I showed you the picture of, let me know. I love hearing from everybody. Comments, suggestions, questions. Like I said, I love hearing from everybody. If this happens to be your first video of mine that you are watching, welcome. I go to zoos, aquariums, theme parks, amusement parks, state and national parks, and occasional quirky roadside attraction. I upload new videos every Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.